Hi there, kindergarten. It's Miss Murphy here, and I'm going to be teaching you your math lesson today. I'm so excited. Okay, so check out the slideshow right here. Today we are learning Module 4, Lesson 12. So we're going to get started right away with your math workbook. So make sure that you have your workbook with you. It looks like this on the outside. You want that kindergarten math workbook. And you are going to open to this page. You should see a lot of different boxes with circles inside. So if you need time to find that, go ahead and pause the video. And when you're ready with this page and a pencil, go ahead and hit play. Okay, time to get started. So the directions for this activity are draw more to make 5. So we're going to go box by box, and the first few we're going to work on together, and then I'm going to have you pause the video and finish it on your own so that you get some practice time, okay? So every box has some circles in it, and our job is to draw more circles so that there are 5 circles all together. So let's take a look at our first box. Follow my mouse on the screen. Let's count the circles we already have. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many more circles should I draw so that we have 5 altogether? If you need help with this, you can use your fingers to give you some hints, right? So I can hold up 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers the math way. And now, how many fingers do I need on my other hand to make 5? You got it. 4 and 1 more is 5. You might know that just from your counting order. So I'm going to draw 1 more circle. Let's do 2 more together. Ready? So count the circles with me. 1, 2, 3. Now, as I draw more circles, I'm going to count on until I get to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I stop, right? Because I've made it to 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. I might also do that by knowing that 3 and 2 are number partners that make 5. When I have 3, I know that I need 2 more to make 5. Great. Let's try this last one together, and then you're going to do it on your own. Count with me. Ready? 1, 2. Now, I might think in my head about how many more I need to draw, and then I'm going to count as I draw my circles. So I have 2, count on, 3, 4, 5. Great. So how many new circles did I draw? 3. So we had 2 and 3 makes 5. All right, kindergarten, I know that you can do this all by yourselves now to get some practice. So you're going to go to each box here on the whole page, and you're going to draw more circles to make 5. Some of these, the circles are on the other side, or sometimes there's a break between the circles, but that's okay. You just fill in circles wherever you have space to make 5 altogether. Go ahead and pause the video now, and you're going to finish the rest of this page. When you're done, go ahead and play the video, and we will move to our next activity. Great. So kindergarten today, the things you will need are just your kindergarten math workbook, which you should already have with you, and a pencil. If you don't have those things, you can pause the video and go get them. And of course, you need your brain to stretch and grow as we work on some new math stuff today. All right, well, our objective says, I can add on to 5 groups to make numbers to 8. So we're adding on to 5 groups of 5, and we're going to count on to make numbers up to 8. Very cool. We're going to learn a lot more about that today. First, let's check out our application problem. This is a page in your math workbook, so you should be able to turn the next page and see this question with the picture of the bee here. Yours doesn't have the number bomb. This is something I drew. Once you found it, we're going to get started. Remember that you can always pause the video if you need a second to find a page. Here's what it says. Draw 5 bees buzzing around a tasty flower. So that's our first job. We're going to draw, you can draw flower on your paper and then draw 5 bees buzzing around it. If drawing bees is stressful for you, you can just draw circles, okay? Go ahead and pause the video while you draw your bees. Okay, now once you've drawn your 5 bees around your flower, it says, draw 2 more bees who came to join them. So you already have 5 bees. Now you draw 2 more bees, 2 more. Go ahead. If you'd like to switch colors to draw your 2 newbies, you can. Okay, now it says write the number for how many bees are at the flower. Okay, so let's see. I know we can solve this problem by counting the bees that we drew in our picture. So first it says to count how many bees are at the flower. So we're counting the total number of bees. Go ahead and count. Did you count 7 bees? Me too. Now, scholars, I know that 7 is my whole, right? So I'm going to look for the circle in my number bond where the whole goes. I think right up here because it's connected to both other circles. So I know this is my whole. Go ahead and draw a number bond on your paper by drawing 3 circles and connecting them with 2 lines like this, and write your total number of bees right up here. The problem tells us to make a number bond to go with the story. So my 2 parts, I'm going to fill in with numbers of bees. Now, when we first started, we drew 5 bees who were buzzing around the flower at first. So where should I put 5 in my number bond? Yep, I'm going to put it in one of my parts. I might put it in this first circle, or it could go over here. What number do I put in the other part of my number bond? I had 5 bees at first, and then 2 more bees came to join. How many bees came to join? 2, right? So we had our part of 5 bees, and then we had our other part of 2 bees, and they buzzed all together around the flower to make our whole number, which is 7, right? So we had 5, we added 2 more, we made 7. Nice. I know you're all showing this on your number bond to tell the story of your beautiful picture. All right. So once you're all done with your bees and your number bond, we are going to start watching the video for this lesson. So find a comfy spot. You only need your packet and your pencil, and you're going to follow along. You can use the blank work page in your packet to draw along with the video, okay? And again, the teacher in the video is going to tell you sometimes to use a dry erase board. When she says that, you know that you can just use the number bond and work page in your workbook and your pencil.
Hi friends, today's lesson is from Module 4, Lesson 12. Our learning goal for today says, I can add on to 5 groups to make numbers to 8. Ooh, 5 groups. I wonder how many items are going to be in a 5 group. Ding, 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 you're so smart. Yes, friend, 5, of course, that's part of the name. Okay, so today we're going to use 5 groups, and then we're going to add on to those groups to make bigger numbers. Now, let's just review. What does a 5 group look like? Well, when we make 5 groups, we get 5 objects and we organize them because, of course, staying organized in math is very important. So I drew a 5 group frame right here. And I'm going to go ahead and fill it with 5 items. Can you go ahead and fill it with me? Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. What do you notice about our frames now? Yeah, they're all filled up. So if I said, close your eyes, open them, how many objects do you see? Yeah, you probably would say 5 really quickly because you know in that whole row, I see my 5 all set up and organized. There's no empty spaces. I know that it's 5 really quickly. And that's part of the reason why we stay organized in math, so that we can look at the picture, or we can even build that picture in our brain, and we can see it fast. Because after we've been working with numbers for a while, we want to get pretty quick at it. All right, that's what helps us to be fluent. All right, so we have our 5 group, and then today it said we're going to add on to our 5 group. So let's see, let's make some room here. There we go. All right, right under our 5 group, you can see I put another set of 5 groups that are empty. I'm going to go ahead and add on. So 5, and then what if I did that? Okay, so what number do you see now? Did you say 7? How did you know that so quickly? Ooh, did some of you do this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you do that? You did. That is one way. You could count all of the circles individually. But remember what I said, if we know this is 5, because it's filling up all of our 5 group, we could just count on from there, right? We could say 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's way faster. That's way faster than counting all the circles individually, right? Okay, so we have 7. So we had 5, and then we added, how many more did we add to 5 to get to 7? Perfect, 2. 1, 2. And by saying organize and drawing in these 5 groups, I can see that 2 very quickly. All right, I know that you love using good math tools, and the number bond is one of the best. So let's go ahead and press pause. Let's get a dry erase board and a marker, because we're going to go ahead and fill in a number bond to match the problem that we just did with these 5 groups.
And remember, scholars, this is where you use the number bond in your math workbook and a pencil.
All right, do you have your materials? Perfect. Go ahead and draw an empty number bond. All right, don't worry about drawing the 5 groups. We're not doing that yet. Just the empty number bond's fine. Okay, now we started out with what number? Yes, we started out with our 5 groups. So where would that go in our number bond? Yes, the 5 would be one of the parts, right? Perfect. So we had 5, we added to it, and then what number did we have all together? Excellent, we had 7. That would be our whole amount. Go ahead and put that where the whole amount goes, friend. Wonderful. Okay, so if we had 5 and we added to it to get to 7, what number would be our other part? You go ahead and fill it in and tell me about it. Yes, friend, it is 2. How did you know that? Yeah, because we had 5 and then we added on 2 more to get 7. Watch. 5, 6, 7. Do you see how we had a 5 group and we added something to it to get to a new number? That's all we're working on today. That's literally our learning goal. We're going to use those 5 groups and we're going to build numbers. Okay, erase your board and I want you to draw another empty number bond. Are you ready? All right, do that good work. Remember, if I go too fast, you just press pause and then press play when you're all set. All right, so I'm going to make a new number with my 5 group. All right, boom. Ooh, what number do I have here? Oh, what did you say? Yes, I have 8. How did you know that? Did you count individually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? You could do that. What else could you do that's a little bit faster? Oh, nice job. You could say 5 and then just count on 5, 6, 7, 8. How come we can say 5 so quickly? Yeah, you're right, because we know if it's all filled up, that's 5. We don't have to count 5 over and over. It's like if I hold up my hand, I have 5 fingers. And if I close it and I open it back up, how many do I have? 5 fingers. And if I have my hand open and I put it behind my back, and then I bring it back in front of my back, in front of my face, how many fingers do I have? Yeah, 5. They're not going to go anywhere. All right, same thing with the 5 group. They're all filled in, 5. I don't have to keep counting it. I can just say 5 and then count on 6, 7, 8. Perfecto. All right, in that empty number bond, I want you to go ahead and fill in the part that we started with. What part did we start with that we already knew right away? Go ahead and fill it into your number bond. Excellent, friend. Yes, the 5. Now, before we jump to the whole amount, I want you to go ahead and fill in the other part. We had 5, then how many did we add to 5? Yeah, write it in your number bond. Good job. What did you write, friend? Yes, 3. 5, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfecto. Yes, we added 3. Do you see the two parts? Here's 5. Here's 3 more. And then how many do we have all together after we've added those two parts? Yeah, put it in your number bond. 8. Good job, friend. Wow, you are doing so good taking a 5 group and adding on. Let's try one more. Go ahead and erase it. Make your beautiful empty number bond again, okay? All right, so we're going to start with our 5 group. And what if we made, this number? Okay. Can you go ahead and draw the empty number bond? And then I'm going to have you just go ahead and fill that whole thing in with what you see. The 5 group and the other number and then the whole amount. Press pause while you do all that good work and then press play to check yourself. Okay, is your number bond totally filled in? Did you start with that 5 group? Yeah, might as well start with that 5 group. You just say 5. I see it right there. So that's what I did. I started with 5 and then I saw that I added what was the other part? I added 1 more. Is your number bond matching mine so far? Good job, friend. I have 5 and I have 1 more. What's my whole amount? Great, yeah, 6. We can figure that out quickly because we can say 5 and then just count on 5, 6. Excellent job. You did so fantastic. On the count of 3, give yourself a super clap. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Excellent job, friend. You know, I'm so proud of you because this is exactly what our learning goal was. Our learning goal said, I can add on to 5 groups to make numbers to 8. That's exactly what we'll be doing. And I thought I would just push us a little bit further. Are you ready? Okay, I went beyond 8. I know, Miss Arwood's feeling wild tonight. All right, so I put a 9 because that's the whole group. And I know I went really big, so I thought that I would just put it in there for the whole amount for you. Can you go ahead and seesaw your teacher and let her know what are the 2 parts that we added? One of them is going to be, our 5 group. What's the other part? Filling.
Okay, scholars. So you've seen this number bond with dots in your 5 groups. So go ahead and on your blank page, you can fill in this last number bond. So you're going to put a number here and a number here to tell how many make 9, right? So fill in your 5 group. Fill in how many more to make 9. When you're done with that, we're going to move on to the problem set. So if you need another minute to finish up, you can pause the video and then keep going when you're ready. You should be on this page in the problem set. It says Lesson 12 problem set at the top. Go ahead and find that. And I'm going to read these directions to you and we're going to get started. 5 squares are colored. Yep, I see 5 group up here that's colored in gray. Color 3 more squares to make 8. Complete the number bond. Okay, scholars, so we already have 5 up here colored. Do we need to recount those every time to know that it's 5? No, just like we watched in the video, right? We have 5 in this group. Even if we look away for a second, we look back and we know that it's still 5. Great, so this number bond already has some things filled in for us. It told us that we want to make 8 altogether, so there's an 8 in our party circle. Here's the 5 that tells about the squares in our first 5 group. Now, the directions say color 3 more squares to make 8. So on this bottom group, your job is to color 3 more squares. Are you going to color all the squares? No, you're going to count 3 and color 3. 1, color it in. 2, color it in. 3, color it in. And that's where I stop. Now, what number do I put in this circle? We have 5 on the top colored in, and we know we're making 8 altogether. So how many circles did I color in on the bottom? 3. Go ahead and write your 3 here. Now we're also going to complete this number sentence. It says 5 and blank more is 8. 5 and blank more is 8. How many more did we add to the 3 to make 8? Or, I'm so sorry. How many more did we add to the 5 to make 8? 3. Yep, so I'm going to fill in my 3 here as well. Let's check out the next question. 5 squares are colored again. Yep, so we have these 5 up here. Color more squares to make 7. Complete the number bond. Okay, friends, so this is pretty similar to our first question, but now instead of 8, we're going to make 7 altogether. So go ahead and count on. We know we have 5. Color more squares to make 7. If you want to use your hands to help you out, you can use your hands to count on from 5, right? So you have 5, 6, 7. How many fingers did I put up on my second hand? Right, I had 2 fingers. So how many squares are we going to color down here to make 7? Go ahead and color 2 squares. Now, I need to be careful when I fill in my number bond here because it looks like my party circle is on the bottom now. Is that okay? Yeah, it still tells the same story, but I need to be careful about where I fill in my number, right? So I have 5. That tells me about this top group that's already colored in. Now that's one part. Here's my other part. How many squares did I color on the bottom set to make 7? 2, right? So I'm going to write my 2 right in here. And how many cubes are colored all together? I had 5, and I colored 2 more, and that made 7. So I'm going to fill in 7 at my bottom circle right here. Now, my last job is to complete this number sentence. Let's read it carefully. 5 and blank more is blank. So 5 and how many more did we color? 2, right? So 5 and 2 more is, I can't trick you, you got it, 7. We have 7 all together. All right, let's check out this one at the bottom. Color 6 squares. Complete the number bond. Now, friends, this is just like the first 2, except that now we have to color all the squares and put in all the numbers on our own. So we're making 6. Do we have to count every single square as we color it, or could we take a shortcut? What if I color this whole top row? How many squares have I colored? 5, right? I'm coloring my whole 5 group. So go ahead and color that whole 5 group. Now in a part of the number bond, here's the part, here's another part, here's the whole. In one of my parts, I'm going to write the number that I colored on top. How many squares did I color? 5. Go ahead and write your 5 in to one part of the number bond. Now, I'm not stopping there because the question says color 6 squares. So let's count on. We have 5 on the top. 1 more makes 6, right? 5, 6. How many squares do I need to color at the bottom here? 1 more square. Yep, so go ahead and color in 1 square. What number should I write in the other part? I have 5 on top. That circle tells me about the 5. This circle is going to tell me about 1 square on the bottom that I colored in. So we got 5 and 1. And how many squares did we color all together? Go ahead and say it out loud. 6. Very nice job, friends. Write your 6 in the total. Now we're going to do the same thing, but with the number sentence. It says 5 and blank more is blank. 5 and, so we've got 5 on the top, and how many on the bottom? 1. 5 and 1 more is 6, right? You're keeping the same total number, 6, and we're just writing it in a different way. This sentence tells us the same thing as our number bond, but instead of just using the bonds, it tells us with words. When you're ready, you're going to flip to the other side of your math problem set for today. Pause it for a second if you need a chance to catch up. Okay, so now it says draw more squares to make 6 and complete the number bond. Now, let's do this first one together, and then I'm going to have you try these last two on your own, okay? So draw more squares to make 6. I remember in the video we looked at how we can arrange our squares really nice and organized so that it's easy to count. On the top, let's count how many squares are already here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's great. That's a 5 group. We know what to do with that. So I've got 5 on the top. When I draw more squares, I'm going to move to the next row down here because I want to keep my squares nice and organized and know that I always have 5 in this top row. So I've got 5. We can use our hand trick again. How many more do we need to make 6? Just one more, right? 5, 6. I'm going to draw one more square there. Now, I know you can fill in this number bond. I see a 6 over here in our total circle, or our whole, right? The party circle. And now I just need to fill in my parts, right? So how many are on the top? How many are in this part? 5, right? We've been working all day with 5 as one of our parts. And now how many are in the other part? How many squares did I draw? 1. So we've got 5 and 1 together make 6. Okay. Scholars, this next question says draw more squares to make 7. Complete the number bond. Just like in the first question, you're going to draw more squares, and you probably want to draw them below here to keep it nice and organized and make it easy to count. You're going to draw some more squares. This number bond already tells us the total, which is 7. So you're going to fill in your parts. Go ahead. Pause the video. When you're done filling in your number bond and drawing squares, unpause it. Okay, welcome back. So I bet you drew 1, 2 squares underneath this 5 stick because you know that 5 and 2 more makes 7. Let's practice by counting on from 5. 5, 6, 7. In this first part, I'm going to write 5. And in the second part, I'm going to write 2 for my new squares. Great. One more, ready? Draw more squares to make 8. Complete the number bond. Now, this one you're going to do by yourself again. So you're going to make 8 this time. Last time we made 7. Now you're going to do 8. Remember that you have how many in the top row? 5 already. So your job is to count on from 5, right? Draw your squares and fill in that number bond. Pause the video and play it when you're ready. Okay, all done. So how many squares did you draw below? How many new squares did you draw? 3 new squares. We should have 1, 2, 3 squares drawn right down here. Now, point to the circle that tells us where our whole goes. Yep, this circle right here is our party circle because it's connected to both of these other circles. What number did you write as our whole? 8, right? Because we are making 8 squares. Now, as always, one of our parts is going to be 5 for our 5 stick. And how many new squares did we draw? 3 should be the other part of your bond. Really nice work today, scholars. So when you are all finished with both pages of your problem set, you are going to have someone from your family or someone at home to take a picture of your work if somebody's home with you, take a picture of your work and text it to your teacher. So one picture of the front page, one picture of the back page, and text it to your teacher. If you're a Florida Gator, that's me. If you are a Cincinnati Bearcat, text it to Miss Sahutsky. And if you are in Hofstra, text it to Miss Seaman. All right. Fabulous job today. I'm so proud of how hard you worked to grow and stretch your bubblegum brains during our math lesson. And I'll see you all soon.